Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is smash that like button on this video like it's a pre-transition Ellen page, so it reaches a wider audience. And now on with the memes. Number one, maybe the real reason that sea levels are rising is because people have gained insane amounts of weight over the last 55 years. Looks like the moon math is finally mathing. This could also explain why we have more earthquakes as well. And here I thought that sea levels were rising because of the excess of liberal tears that were making their way into the oceans. In reality, sea levels haven't risen, and Al Gore lied to all of us. Moving on, teachers in Catholic and private schools are given a script to address toxic masculinity. Of course, only boys can be toxic and girls are pure perfection. That's the real message that they're sending here. Women sure do love their double standards. Women are the ones that are usually toxic, and the only way to protect themselves from being called toxic is to call the males toxic first. If you're paying big bucks for private school and the school starts to attack your son, simply pay to send him to another school. Number 3, Uncle Bossy says that the reason women have a hard time deciding where to eat is because the last time women decided that, they doomed all of humanity. God gave Eve only one rule: don't eat from the apple tree, and here she is picking out. Also, most chefs are men because women can't decide what is good food either. Clearly, most decisions based solely on emotions never result in a positive outcome. Up next, President Bill Clinton poses with a White House intern in 1998. But are we really sure this is in 1998? Their sexual fun started back in 1995 and lasted 18 months, ending in 1997. Many people don't know this, but Monica Lewinsky was in this photo too. Here's a picture of Hillary listening intently as her husband denies having an affair with Lewinsky in 1998. In reality, she was probably encouraging them. Also, am I the only one that thinks that this guy in that back knew what was going on all along and was just laughing about it? Number 5, I hope you guys are excited because this single mother of 3 kids, 27 years old and unemployed, refusing to do housework, is looking for a boyfriend. Amazing. Where do I sign up to have my life destroyed? I won't do it, but you know that some thirsty dude is going to answer this ad. But she will turn him down because she has super high standards. $10 says that Tyrone has been through her, and that's why she won't show pictures of the kids in her ad. Moving on is another woman with insanely high expectations. This one says that real men on a first date will pay for her nails, mortgage, childcare, and gift her $1,000, all while respecting her choice of no physical contact. She doesn't want a man to date. She wants the father she never had. But does she have a slim, attractive, feminine sister because no man is putting anything up for this one? But that's not correct. I'd buy her nachos, but she'll have to pay extra for cheese. Number 7, this female influencer spent $140,000 to look like a robot. Now she just looks like many guys' future girlfriends. She's getting ahead of the curve because she understands what's coming with the robosexual revolution. The main giveaway that she's real and not a robot is that there's no off button. She spent that money just so that more people would actually look at her. She reminds me of that woman that spent hundreds of thousands to look like Barbie. Up next, someone came up with this create a tent idea between 2 trucks. And of course, they can always keep the trucks running for warmth. But what I want to know is, where are the tailpipes and exhaust going? They're probably not thinking about that because they've never gone camping before. Looks like someone is going to be taking a long nap. It will be the best sleep of your life, guaranteed. Makes you wonder if a demon crowd came up with this setup. Number 9, here we have Charlie's Angels Then and Now. But what the hell happened to Drew Barrymore? There's so much more of her. I think it probably has something to do with pies and antidepressants. Either that or when she got her own show, she didn't have to work hard for paychecks anymore and she let herself go. Lucy Liu is the only one that's still hot, which is why so many white dudes marry East Asian women. That is until the average female Asian aging process kicks in, and then she goes from being hot to a granny right before your eyes. Moving on, this streamer wishes American soldiers get PTSD. And now she's begging the internet to stop using old pictures of her that she's insecure about. Telling the internet that you want them to do less of something just means they'll do more of it. Does she think she looks bad because in her picture she has no neck and dumb glasses that give off that special needs vibe? Maybe now she too knows what PTSD feels like. Number 11, this guy grew his hair for 3 years and 5 months to turn it into a wig for his girlfriend with alopecia. But I'm confused, because which one is the girlfriend? That alopecia looks rough, but she still looks like she's got a mustache for some reason. Are we really sure that's not really a dude with male pattern baldness? I knew there was something off about this picture. Those are the dudes from Impractical Jokers. Either that or that's one homely looking Wayman. Up next, here's the difference between the furniture that your grandparents left you versus the furniture you're going to leave your imaginary grandkids. The sad reality is that no one wants your shit, and when you die, most of it will end up at a yard sale, on the curb, or possibly Goodwill. The only stuff that people want is beautiful art. Also, Generation Z can't even afford to own a house. So where are they going to put their junk, let alone yours? Number 13, this woman barely made it out of the Suburban, and she's mad that a guy wouldn't actually let her into his Camry. I doubt she's going to win her court trial because I can't see her fitting into the courtroom. And if she does make it to trial, she's so large, she probably won't survive until the verdict. In high school, I had a 500-pound teacher named Miss Singleton. And you know you're in a simulation when your name matches your description. Moving on, leftoids now say that Lego can be anti-alphabet people according to the Science Museum. They say that the toys are gendered because the bricks are fitting together and have male and female connection points, promoting the idea that heterosexuality is the norm. I love Lego because they haven't gone woke. They're a private company, so they don't have to bow down to the god of stakeholder capitalism. Also, power outlets now anti-LGBT as well as iPhone chargers. Someone needs to lock up these lunatics. Number 15, in 1989, The Simpsons owned a home on a single salary from a husband who didn't even go to college. This wasn't even considered normal when the show began. This was considered to be relative poverty, just like it was the same in Married with Children with Al Bundy. All he had to do was sell shoes for fat women's feet, and he could support a family of 4. He was seen as poor back then because he couldn't afford to renovate his house and drive a new car. Up next, remember guys, females don't apologize for their actions. I don't take accountability. Instead, they blame you for your reactions. A woman will say, yes, I crashed your car, but it wasn't my fault because the curb hit your car. And then she'll criticize you for getting mad and say, you're the bad guy. Or she'll say, why are you yelling? They always try and turn their bad situation on you and make it your fault. Number 17, what drives Charlize Theron is that her children are all queer. Her eldest being non-binary. Because of course she put him in dresses while he was growing up. What are the odds that all 3 kids turned out that way? Must be a coinky-dink. She's also crazier than a bag of cats and needs to be avoided at all costs. Yet she still expects a man to step up and save her and her 3 abused African babies that she adopted. When I watched in The Devil's Advocate, I never thought she would turn into something like the devil. Moving on, this has to be total cringe. These Norwegian bodybuilders live in a tiny village to make themselves look even bigger. When they go on vacation, which hotel do they stay at? Microtel. Those houses still look big to me. They need to be even smaller, and these guys need to be put in Godzilla suits and fight each other. But to me, all this looks like is Brokeback Vikings. Number 19, this bisexual Michigan politician got herself sterilized as a way to protest, worrying about the Trump administration causing her to lose access to abortion. Wow, hasn't she heard of condoms before? It's the same as those 4 guys that were castrated to protest Trump. Who knew that people would willingly start taking themselves out of the gene pool thanks to a Trump victory? Aged 40 to 80 is a long time to be alone as a woman in boxed wine in Cat's Land. Up next, Trump is handing out so many executive orders out lately that we need to have one to remove this emoji from our phones. Pregnant Bill Gates here has to go. Then again, maybe we should keep it because when someone asks me what I did today and I went to the buffet, this would be perfect to put out there. Then again, on second thought here, I fixed it. Now he looks like a Trekkie that likes sub sandwiches. Number 21, here's the look on the average sane American's face when they realize their money could have gone to buy more groceries, but is instead used to pay for transgender operas in Colombia. On top of that, here's all the government money used to pay the private media outlets to create propaganda to demoralize Americans. Looks like there are about to be a lot of unemployed transgender opera stars out there, as well as journalists. This is the correct response from Americans to the bureaucracy. Moving on, if you see any of these 4 in a film, then you know to skip it because it's gonna be lame. Although I must say that the first Wonder Woman was actually pretty good. Also, let's see how bad Jack Black wrecks Minecraft. That first trailer was so bad that the studio reanimated the whole thing, the way they did with Sonic the Hedgehog. The Rock is even so ridiculous playing the same character in every film. These shots are all from 4 different films. Number 23, this guy's wife of 10 years tested positive for chlamydia, and she says it's from a friend's sex toy. I know she's telling the truth because I was there when she used it. But seriously, women never take accountability now, do they? As for that sex toy, what's his name? because this has to be the lamest excuse I've ever heard for cheating. But if she did get it from a toy, who the hell borrows their friends' bedroom toys? That's gross on a whole new level. Up next, in the wake of Elon Musk going after and shutting down USAID, the Canadian version called Global Affairs Canada suddenly deleted its entire public database to foreign aid spending so the public can't see what's in it anymore. I guess they're worried the Canadians will find out how they wasted our money. Maybe this is why. $20 million for accelerated sanitation in northern Ghana. This is probably just the tip of the shitberg. Shouldn't they have actually spent more of that money on Wasaga Beach instead? Number 25 and the last one, what's the appeal of goth chicks? They're usually fun and crazy because girls with crippling daddy issues smash like nobody else. But it's also the fishnets and eyeliner. If you want to know more about their appeal, then you need to talk to Undead Chronic. Also, why does she look like she's got wonky eyes? So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm, and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoyed this series and want me to keep making it, then donate it to PayPal and subscribe. Star links below. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.